Thank you. Much more comfortable up here now. I guess I'll start with a general introduction and then we'll get right into it. My name is Joe Frame and I'm an alcoholic beverage packaging operator. I started washing dishes down at the pub back at the turn of the century. And I now work over at Brewery in the racking department, where I fill kegs, and that's what I'm here to chat about today. So let's begin. This is a quote from one of the inventors of the kegs. It's the fact that the keg is the world's only reusable aseptic beverage container. You can fill up by a pop bottle and reuse it again, or a milk carton, but you can't get it sanitized and send it across the country. After Prohibition, the right to responsibly consume adult beverage was sweeping the nation. They had to start putting these barrels onto a racking machine here in order to fill them expediently. Now fast forward 50 years, this is our racking machine over at Brew 2. It will clean, sanitize, and fill 1 keg a minute. And that goes on for days on end at this point. Here is your keg lineup, and currently we stock the 6 slim. We also roll the full size and the straight pony quarter barrel. There are other sizes and styles that are more conducive for home brewers and such. A keg cutaway here will show you that it demands a two-way valve. In other words, your compressed gas comes down, forces the beer up out the stem, through the tap, and into your ice-cold pint. This isn't the world's coolest aquarium. It would be if fish could live in beer. This is an inspection keg, so you put this upside down on the machine, and it's got some windows to give you an idea of the processes that are taking involved. You'd be better off to actually disassemble the keg. Here you can see the top stem is covered with beer stone. It's an industry term. It's actually calcium oxalate. And we have priority to alleviate that in cleaning measurements. Now here's an adult fun house. If you picture the hollow mirrors where everything looks the same, you'd be hard pressed to go in here and pull, say, a keg of 3 Floyd's Gumball Head. Unless you knew about priority stripes. Gary was into the game early enough where he was able to secure this beautiful combination of Viridian Green and King's Road Red. So that's present on all of our kegs, which you can see across the aisle. This is something you hate to see here, accidents happen, and your product is, loss factor 5 or 10 on that one. You'd be hard pressed to get a 6-pack out of here to drink. But if we look here now with the kegs, your product loss is down to 0.5. And I assume that was the keg that they gave these people over here for helping clean up this mess. It's unfortunate. I think it's unfortunate some birds can't fly. I also think it's unfortunate that some kegs are returned that still have beer in them. Here you can see the contents were actually frozen, and it distorted the keg, making it useless. Don't shoot the messenger. It was probably the contents of this keg that drove the consumer to his destructive tendencies. In the world of excessive packaging, the keg remains a minimalist in this endlessly recycling, but it also keeps, bottles, caps, 6-pack carriers, and labels out of the equation. They don't get very much for packaging, though. Your only option is your keg ring here. You've got a couple different styles, and it will also include some of the government warnings and some of the features of the beer. This is the only art in the packaging department. We get keg caps back from everywhere, and decided, hey, why not start a collection of them so we've got something to stare at and brag about. Your standard tap up here on the left is a hand pump. Why use that when I make one that you can actually use your foot to pump? But we live in America, why use that when you can get one you can plug in? Probably not ideal. You should use a CO2 system. Here's some fun facts. Full keg weighs 140 pounds. The empty keg weighs 30 pounds. It's equivalent to 7 cases. There's 160 red cups. And in a full keg. A brand new one costs $120. Most importantly, Mr. Kingman holds the world record for balancing 11 empty beer kegs weighing 339 pounds on his head for 10 seconds. Here's my personal stats. I've serviced 1,036,800 kegs during my 10-year Brew 2 tenure. That's hard to fathom, but it's equivalent to 2,400 semi-trucks full, which is, if you shrunk down into 1 year, would be 10 semi-trucks a day. And a lot of talk about cycle pubs, but you can actually take it to the next level. I mean, they have kegs on wheels. Here, your wheels are kegs. And actually a stable platform for your ride home late night. Thanks, everybody.
I really knew he would be tough to follow. Great job, Joe.
Thank you.